Hello, my name is John W. Horton III. About 5 or 6 years ago, my friend Shin here, he built me a road bike, and then 2 years ago it was stolen. So one of my goals was to rebuild a light speed similar to the one I had formerly.
Well, this is a titanium light-speed frame. He bought it in America and sent it here in Japan. I took off the sticker because he doesn't want any logo on the frame. Well, this one was made around 2000, I think. You know, good old-fashioned. This one can hold a cable housing on it. These days, you have to pass a cable inside the frame through a tiny hole. It's getting more difficult to build a bicycle, but this one might be easy. He's an American cyclist who is an English speaker. He doesn't speak Japanese. So this time I go in English so he can understand what I'm saying. Okay, let's go do it. First of all, I scratch out the logo Lightspeed. Not that he doesn't like Lightspeed, just that he's too modest to show off the brand name. When you look at the bike frame, you can see the character of the bike owner. As a matter of fact, this is the hardest part. Even after I finished building the bike, I had to buff it so many times so the little scars would completely disappear. Before installing a bottom bracket, I gotta make sure both faces of the bottom bracket shell is flat and parallel to each other. From my experience, sometimes they are rough, mostly because of paint. But this titanium frame is not painted, so I think they are flat and parallel. But you know, just in case, from the facing tool, well, I don't feel anything rough with my hand, just riding smooth. Maybe I didn't have to do it. It means this BB shell was okay at the first place. Instead of the headset, I had to put the bearing cups properly to let the Lord King stay straight on the line. The cassette is 1130, wide range, the largest sprocket has 30 teeth. He sometimes climbs hills, not bad choice. And the crank, yeah, pretty big chainring. It's got a 53 tooth large chainring and a 39 tooth small ring. Might be good with a compact crank that comes with a 50 big ring and a 34 small ring, especially for climbing up hills, but he flies on a flat road 30 miles per hour with a heavy gear, low cadence like 50-60, so the 53 big chainring is necessary for him. By the way, it's going with Jewel Ace, the latest model. Must will cost a fortune. I wish to God it won't be stolen again. He eats, sleeps, breathes with riding a bike. His whole life depends on the bike. Without a bicycle, he cannot survive in this tough, crazy world. For a guy like him who likes sure things, what better than Jewel Ace? Pass the cable, join the chain, screw the pedal, wrap the handlebar. Now fun time is getting over. Okay, it's done. Well, she's quite a beaut. Now I talk about this road bike. Every component but the cassette is Jewel Ace R9100. The owner of this bike prefers 9000, the previous model, you know. Because R9100 was designed for more of a disc bike road bike, and this is a rim brake road bike, so 9000 might be better for this one. But it's kind of hard to get every piece of brand new Jewel Ace 9000 that Shimano is not making anymore. So he goes with R9100 on this one. The cassette is Ultegra because the cassette is kind of expendable. Jewel Ace costs like $300, something like that. Too expensive to be changed often. Smart choice. The handlebar and the seat post are Shimano Pro Vibe, the best in Shimano Pro products. The stem is PLT, which is also Shimano Pro. It's a second grade, but really lightweight. It's only about 100 grams. It's so light, but stiff enough for the rider. It's a good one. And the headset, Chris King. Wow, this color light blue is a good accent in a bike appearance. Wow, this is beautiful. The front fork. I know it doesn't look good. Well, there's a gap right here because of the shape of the crown. This is the original front fork, which should be curved like this. I didn't install it because the dropout is squashed inside a little bit. He bought this frame and this front fork second hand. I think ex-owner bent it on some purpose. If it's an iron, I could bend it back, but it's aluminum. It could crack if I bend it. So I put on this ridge fork that the owner had used before for the other bike. The crown is aluminum, not carbon fiber, so maybe it's possible to do some curb cut on the flat top and paint it black so it would look natural. But he's gonna change it to MB fork soon, so I'll just leave it. Looks not good, but it works okay. It was built in Japan and will be written in America. The frame is American, but other parts are Shimano, Japanese. A bicycle is very international and borderless. For example, cyclists, well, it depends on personality, but most of them, they are loners. But once they hit the road, even if they don't talk to each other, they are connected and make a community. Different races, black, white, Asian, Latino, it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, bike community exists all over the world. If we have things in common, like bicycles, whatever, anything in common, it's much easier to have a good relationship, even with different nationalities. In the world, there's a horrible discrimination, like racism, ageism, sexism. When I lived in Australia, one day I was just walking on the street, and there are some people mixing together. I don't know them at all. But suddenly, one of them yelled at me, "Hey, Jap," something like that. And he hit me in the face, but I hit him back. Nothing serious happened anyway. But at that time, I didn't realize it was racism because I hadn't had that kind of experience. It's like a little kid who was abused, but doesn't even know he was abused. But now I know that was racism. I don't want it, you don't want it either. Nobody wants it. But everybody has that kind of experience, no matter what kind of person you are. At a workplace in Australia, there's a poster on the wall, and on that poster, it's a young Asian lady eating something in a rice bowl with some chopsticks, and some white guys are watching at her, laughing at her. I was really shocked when I saw it. I was almost fainted because it was just ordinary thing to me, eating something with chopsticks, slanted eyes. I mean, what is wrong with it? This poor Asian young lady could be me. Anyway, when they see some strangers, they are afraid of differences. Sometimes it's hard to accept it. It's like there are barriers between them. But if there are same interests to share each other, maybe we could get rid of it. Now, why don't you just start to hit the road with a bicycle? What do you think?
Yeah, it was great.
And he's done it, and it's perfect, and I'm about to go on a test ride. And cycling builds community. It brings a lot of people together who normally might not have spoken to each other. And it's good for the environment, it keeps us healthy, and it's motivating. So that's why I love cycling, and I'm about to do a test ride for this new build. Thank you.